If you grew up in Nigeria in the late 90s or early 2000s, there was no way you escaped it. Before Afrobeats became the soundtrack of the world, Makossa was the sound that ruled our parties, churches, comedy shows, and even sports celebrations. From Awilo Logomba's Coupe Bibamba to Kofi Olomide's rumba hits, Makossa wasn't just music, it was culture. But here's the thing, Nigeria had its own pop music bubbling, from Galala to early Afropop, yet Makossa came in so strong, it dominated playlists, weddings, and even church choirs. The conflict was simple. Could Nigeria find its own distinct voice in the face of continental sound that was so irresistible? The influence spread fast. In Afrobeats, early P-Square songs like Senorita and Busybody borrowed heavily from Makossa's guitar riffs and dance bounce. Even Two-Face Idibia admitted that listening to Papa Wemba and Kofi Olomide shaped his musical style. In gospel, Nigerian choirs in the 2000s, from Christ Embassy's Love World singers to local Pentecostal bands, started using Makossa rhymes and rhythms in praise songs. Tracks like Jehovah We Praise You borrowed those rolling bass lines and fast percussions straight from Makossa templates. And in comedy, comedians like Baskin Mouth and Julius Agu would often end sets with Makossa dance and interludes. It became shorthand for joy. People would laugh, then stand up to dance as well. And if we go into sports, footballers were also carriers of the culture. When Nigeria Super Eagles would score back in those days, in those tournaments, you would see players break into Makossa dance. By 2000, it wasn't unusual to hear Awilo's beats blasting in Nigerian stadiums and clubs and bars. Makossa didn't ask permission. It entered every corner of Nigerian life. The peak era came between 1999 and 2004. Awilo Logomba was so popular in Nigeria that people joked that my man was a Naija artist by adoption. Coupe Bibamba and Carolina weren't just hits. They were national anthems. Pirated CDs from Alaba Market carried Makossa into every household. Radio stations in Lagos and Abuja gave it as much airtime as local Nigeria acts, probably even more. And because Nigeria is a cultural hub, our embrace of Makossa made it spread faster across West Africa. This was the climax. Makossa wasn't just foreign influence anymore. It was part of our sound. But then, Nigerian artists started to take lessons from it. They realized the emphasis on dance-first music could work over here in Nigeria. That's how I think they generally had to think. The way Makossa produces layered percussions and guitars could be repurposed into Naija sounds. And artists themselves, from P-Square to D'banj, saw how stage performance and dance routines could carry a brand. So while Makossa's direct dominance began to fade by the late 2000s, its DNA had already been absorbed into Afrobeats. That's why today, when you hear an Afrobeats hit and it makes you dance before you even catch the lyrics, you're feeling a Makossa